All right, keep that love going. We're going to get straight into it. The man who's worn a kilt, which I think is fucking tops. Please welcome to the stage, Scotty Walker.
Yeah, thank you very much. Take that over there. Little something for the ladies. You're welcome. There you go. Now I know what you're thinking to yourself. You're sitting there thinking, there's an English guy living in Australia wearing a Scottish kilt. He's got some fucking issues. And you'd be right. And like most maladjusted people in this world, I blame my issues on my parents. What makes this bit sad is this is a true fucking story. When I was 7 years old, my dad took me with him to the doctors to watch him get his vasectomy done. Now, that leaves a scar, okay? We're talking, this is back in like the early 80s, right? This is a while ago, so there's none of your keyhole surgery. This was a whole slice the gonads, pull out the spaghetti, chop it in half, tighten the double bow, shove it back in and sew it up. And as we walked out, the little 7-year-old Scott, I said to my dad, Daddy, what did that man do to your doodle? And my dad looked at me and he went, well, now listen son, we don't want any more kids, because you're a little prick. And, you know, what they've done is they've cut the tubes and stopped the sperm coming out. Fair enough, not an issue. 7 years old, I was happy with that, that was me done. Fast forward a few years into high school, we'd just done sex education, and I'd learned all about the reproductive system. So I'd learned about the man ejaculating the sperm, the woman with the egg, and fertilisation and baby and shit. And Tim's taking notes. Sperm, egg, oh, this is good stuff. And I had this light bulb moment, and I kind of went, here, hang on a second, I remember the old vasectomy bit. My dad had his tubes cut. So does that mean then, when my dad orgasms, nothing comes out but a little puff of air? And to me that's logical. That is, and then I'm thinking of my parents on a Tuesday night, you know, because that was party night for our place. And you've got my mum and dad, my dad's like, oh, Janice, and I was like, oh, Albert, oh, you big stud muffin, you. Oh, Janice, I'm arriving. Oh, my parents are really posh, by the way. They'd never say I'm coming, they'd always say I'm arriving. So, Janice, one is arriving, one is about to arrive. And then I thought to myself, do you know what, this is ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. Because your Jap sign on your Bobby's helmet is actually closed shut. So if anything, it's going to be like a little farty noise, surely. You know? So, they're back there now. Oh, Janice, oh, Albert, twice in one night. Oh, Janice, I'm arriving, Janice. I'm about to arrive. See, then I started thinking about things like, well, see now as an adult, you know, when I have sex, all the pushing and the shoving and the breathing and stuff, sometimes I actually do fart. So I thought, well, if you've had a vasectomy then, and you're getting the fart from the front, the fart from the back, how does your wife know if you come in, you go in, you finish, you started? It's all just too confusing for me. That was just, and this is all the shit that goes through my head, right? This is so, hopefully this explains some of this. That and, what colour does a Smurf go if you strangle it? That fuck, I need to know what happens with that. That really gets me, that one. So, there is, obviously it's not, that's mental scarring and lots of issues there. Being an English guy living in Australia has left its mark as well, to be honest. Before, we've been out here a few years now, and before we emigrated, we was like lots of English couples, and we used to get all the Australian shows on TV, and Neighbours, and Home and Away, and Wanted Down Under, all this kind of stuff. And I sat there, I eventually said to my wife, we're emigrating, we're going, I need to go and find out what this whole sunshine thing is that they're going on about. And so we packed up all our shit, we got our visas, and we moved to Australia. Now on the flight over, we sat at the back of the plane. So as we sort of landed, we pulled in, we get ready to go, they've opened the door at the back, and the fucking heat hit me. And I was like, oh my God, what have we done? And as I walked out of that open door for the first time, it was like Interview with a Vampire. I just put one arm out, and it was like, tss, and this fucking smoke was coming off my arm, it was all red, and I was like, I don't want to go! The stewardess was pushing me out, like, fucking don't make me go, no! And I did what a lot of English people do. Our very first day in Australia, we got to our accommodation where we was, I grabbed the missus and the kids, went, fucking down the beach, let's go, come on, we can do this. Got down the beach, and you Aussies don't go to the beach when it's hot. We got down, it was fucking empty. There was nothing for miles. We were just sort of looking around and going, well, I don't know. And we was playing on that yellow sand stuff that you have over here. How are you supposed to hurt yourself if you haven't got pebbles and rocks everywhere? You just sit there and enjoy yourself, do you, or something? That's just weird. And we're playing, I'm going to the kids, right, come on, get your clothes off, kids, come on, we can go past pink, we can get to bright red. Come on, so we're all standing there naked, we're on the beach going, burn me, come on, burn me. It's good for your skin, it's good for you. And then my little boy's going, oh, Dad, it all feels funny all over my skin, it's all weird. I mean, that's vitamin D, son. I've read about that, it's soaked in, it's good. No. And we're playing in the fucking water and we're on the sand and eventually an Aussie guy walked past, walking his dog, and I got chatting to him and saying about how much I loved it and the heat and everything else, and he sort of said, well, mate, if you enjoy it in August, you can fucking wait till January. I tell you, I will never, ever forget my first 40-degree day in this country. Oh, my fucking life. We was in Coles, right? And there was this little old lady, and she opened the freezer door section to the 4 and 20 pies, and it's me and my whole family sitting in there going, close the door, close the fucking door, you can come back and get us when this is over. Fuck off. It's just, oh, Jesus. But we had the 4 and 20 pies, so we was good. Because you're Aussie pies. Oh, Aussie pies, I love them. In England, we have 3 flavours of pie. We've got minced beef and onion, chicken and mushroom. In England, we've got 2 flavours of pie. We've got minced beef and onion and chicken and mushroom, right? Now, our pies are very much like a 60-year-old prostitute. They've got a very soggy bottom and you don't really want to pick one up. Your stuff, I just love your stuff, and all your pies and everything that goes with it. Not everything about Australia is great, I've got to be honest. There's a few bits that kind of did upset me, Australia, if I'm honest, and if you don't mind, I'll share. I was very disappointed when we got here to find that you don't actually ride kangaroos to school and work, do you? Now, I was pissed at that because I'd actually chosen mine when we was back home. I was going for the sports model. I was going for the Kanga 2.2 GTI, right? Now, that's the one with like the slicked back ears and the little bucket saddle and stuff. And I had this great idea that what I was going to do was I was going to not feed mine water but feed it Red Bull. And then I was going to go up the Prince's Freeway fucking hooning all the older 90s model kangaroos and yeah, fuck you, and they're zipping in there everyone, and I was going to have a great time. I was fucking devastated when I got here. That, and you can be a little bit cruel, if I'm being honest.
Oh, yeah, fuck.
Well, you can. Now listen, I've been here nearly 4 years, right? 4 years I've nearly been here. The first 3 years I was terrified of going past, near or under any fucking tree for fear of drop bears. You bastards. Now, everybody has a joke, that's fine. You've got a joke that the whole fucking nation is in on. That's commitment, Australia, that is serious commitment. See, you laugh. We live 300 metres from my son's school. It takes me an hour and a half to walk him there every day. We walk up the road, all tree, cross over. Up the road, all tree, cross over. Back up the all fucking cross over. In and out, in and out, in and out. My little boy's like, oh, Dad, can we just walk in a straight line? No, no. You can't see them, but I know they're up there. We'll fucking go near a tree and they'll fucking scratch your eyes out. We're not going. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Scott Walker, everyone. How good was that?